I went on a bit of a fast yesterday, and I feel so awesome, man. I feel lovely. I feel so wonderful. Um, I figured it was time for Habib Pornstar to grace YouTube with his presence, with his divine, holy, emperor-like presence. Uh, I've been on TikTok a lot. And I like TikTok. I kind of like TikTok. I've spoken a lot against it, but I kind of like it in many ways. My sexy body. I mean, I'm either this or that, man. You'll either see me in these huge, these sexy t-shirts that are XXL because I have broad shoulders, but I'm so sexy around the waist. So it covers everything. And then you see me like this, sitting here, just chilling uh, but yeah, YouTube, man, is so gay. Like, they've launched that pilot program, previously, because, the Trump admin and all that, Trump put pressure on them, and the pilot program to reinstate previously banned accounts and all that. So guys like, Nick Fuentes has been banned. I mean, I don't know if you'd say Nick Fuentes. I mean, he's getting big now. I follow Fuentes a lot because that guy makes perfect sense in everything he says. They unbanned him for a few hours, then they banned him again. It's all gay political theater. Like, Trump probably did put pressure on them because knowing Trump doesn't, stop until he gets full revenge. It may take him years and years, like President Putin, and by the way, nothing but respect for President Putin. Best president ever, global president, President Putin and Deng Xiaoping. I can't say enough good things about these two world leaders. The latter got China to where it is today, and the former, well, you're seeing the results. But so Trump probably did put pressure on them. He probably did do that social media, the executive order or whatever. And he's doing such a great job, man. Trump is doing an awesome job, fighting because the left have turned into a bunch of garbage copy artist terrorists. I mean, that's what it is. They don't like you, they'll pull out a gun and they'll shoot you. I mean, you see it all. Or they'll make heinous accusations against you, like, you put kids in chains, and, just because, or they'll send you written death threats, like my court jester, Ben Burt. I hate to mention him, Ben, but he's such a big fucking cuddly buddly teddy bear, I couldn't, we all know Ben Gay, he self-projects all the time, and he sent me written death threats. Something that's funny is liberals, cucks, and feminists, they'll say these things, then they'll say, oh, that doesn't matter, he just said it. But you know what? If somebody like me makes written death threats against it, hell, I once had a conversation with a certain family member, I won't mention here, but I said, what was it? I think I used a similar line, like hell hath no fury or something. The movie The Rock, I think, be prepared to reap the whirlwind is what I used, and I don't know why that line hit me. The general said it, and I said it. I mean, because it sounded so natural. Be prepared to reap the whirlwind, like Ben is, of course. But I said it, and this motherfucker didn't let me forget it for years and years and years. So these leftists and liberals, they'll say, oh, we just felt this way. We never had any intention of really killing him. Women, feminists, leftists, Kamala Harris sorts, traitor, Benghazi Clinton, there's all certain very noticeable patterns. They'll say things, then they'll say, oh, it doesn't matter. But you say things, and they'll say it does matter. Fuck off. Anyway, so, yeah, Ben Burt. Ben, he's my court jester. He's like this big dunce, the guy is so stupid, man. How stupid do you have to be to jump off of a cliff and think you're not going to break your legs? It's the dumbest thing ever. Like people flying off of buildings and arms outstretched like this, and dude, you're fat and out of shape. I mean, the bottom line is this. Uh, the bottom line is this, that I don't know why I keep getting, these companies are so gay, man. There's some bill that's due on October the 10th, and they send me daily reminders. This is why I've changed my number. I don't need daily reminders. I mean, fucking morons. But anyway, yeah, but uh, they'll say, oh, you know what the liberal excuses for everything? Oh, people are so busy these days, they forget. Nobody forgets anything. It's just an excuse to pester you for more money. And I'm a nigger from the streets, man. I mean, I pay on the due date, but I don't pay before that. I mean, why the fuck should I pay them, I mean, these people are gay. Anyway, so yeah, so YouTube and stuff, and I made a statement. They're gonna I don't know why Fuentes, I don't know, hate speech, maybe. I mean, even though it wasn't, but for me, there was no sexual content on the channel. None, zero. I mean, they wouldn't even tell us what. I mean, that was basically, what I keep talking about. Any account that has the potential to go big, they just ban it. Bang! Even this YouTube account is shadow banned. So, I mean, you don't see the views and all that. But I can look at the analytics because there's tools you can buy, which YouTube doesn't provide. You have to buy them. And you can see people are watching. They just don't like to admit it that a lot of them are actually secretly turned on by hubby porn star. It's just that simple. Now, that was the YouTube rant, and let's see what else. I haven't spoken to y'all on YouTube for so long. Emperor Sir felt like racing. Oh yeah, my relationship with girls. A lot of liberals, cocks, feminists. He talks to housemaids. He cheats on his wife. He does this. He does man, me. That kind of thing. And I tell these people, it's not just fucking housemaids. It's like with everything else. I keep talking about it. It's either rich or poor. Middle sucks. Middle gets squeezed. And it has no why. Middle-class people are dead. Middle-class people are mentally boring. Middle-class people are scum on the face of the planet. That's what they are. And literally, I don't care. That doesn't mean I'm going to go after them. But I'm saying the mentality. They're neither here nor there. And they hate themselves. And, so anyway, in terms of me, I prefer, for me, the ideal woman should be a housemaid. Because, they're so sexy, charming, attractive, and they're natural, and they're natural, but they're so feminine, right? They do the housework. They'll, be as submissive as you tell them. It's natural. Powerful man, submissive woman. That's the natural dynamic. Now, the rich girls, I've always said, women are predators, monkey branching, So now she's got a cock that gives her money, is her human ATM, so the marriage part is taken care of. So now she's thinking, oh, this sexy guy walking down the road, he's hot, I want him. And, she does what, that's why they pay me. The rich ones pay me, the poor ones serve me. It's that simple. What does the middle do for me? Now, fuck all, exactly, and they're so boring. Believe it or not, all the feminism is, it's there in at all levels of society. Believe it or not, the poor are a lot more practical, and the rich are a lot more practical. Because in both cases, it's about money. The rich are doing what it takes to stay rich. They don't give a shit about all this garbage feminism and the racism, and nobody gives a shit. If you've got money, nobody cares what the color of your skin is. You could go to apartheid South Africa and you could fucking buy all the blondes from the countryside you wanted. You could buy the fucking women. It's that simple. Uh, and the hair test, I might fail it, but they wouldn't care. I mean, I'm Dr. Lecter, they don't care anyway, but that's the rich, and the poor people, they're trying to get rich. They want money. So they'll do anything, they're not interested in these bullshit garbage concepts of feminism and LGBTQ and all this other garbage. It's only the middle class that has too much time on its hands, and they resign themselves to be a life of being middle mediocre. So they think about these things. So they come up with, men should be women, and men should be helping in the kitchen, and men should be human ATMs, and all this other garbage. That just doesn't work in the real world. It doesn't. I remember Ben Bird, Hey, Ben, I'm saying it to your face right now. And you know what? This guy, man, he's such a faggot. I could slap him on the face right now, whack him, and he's this big guy like this. Hey, you're fat. These are guns. See these? Guns. Ben gay. He's so gay, man. I mean, you're fat, and I could smack you in the back of the head, and I could take your high school reject woman. Both of y'all are high school rejects. Those teeth are ugly. You're ugly. And at least she's a femme. At least, she is doing something with her life, so I can't really talk a lot about her. You are a fat fuck that lives on X while I fuck your while I take your women, I can do it, and I'll do it too, but I like taking the underlings women, but, it's a joke, man. Society has become a joke. I could smack him like this, and he'd be staring at my feet like this guy literally lives on X, literally, licks men's feet and all kinds of, because he's gay and sterile. Anyway, I'm having so much fun today. I like these long format videos. I know people like shorts. I know people like but I'm either a long video or so. It's not really that unnatural, my choice, because that bleeds over into every aspect of life. Rich girls, poor girls. You're either rich or you're poor. That's just how I've always lived. All or nothing mentality. That's the only way that works. Half-ass doesn't work in anything. So that's why I do it. And plus, it's. A lot of people say I like dominating women, and they all want to be dominated. I mean, when I didn't dominate women, then they said you need to dominate us. And when I did dominate them, they loved it. And, I think, to be very frank, I don't even have, sex with all these other, but I like the chase. I like I like getting her. Once I get her, it's like, whatever. But it's funny, man, how gay and cuck society is. I was on the phone last night with this chick, and she's a housemate, by the way. And her husband is literally standing right next to her. And it is such a feminist thing in their house that she's literally telling him, oh, I'm talking to somebody, and she's talking to me, and he hears it, and he makes a face, but he does nothing about it, because he can't, because he's a gay fucking faggot. I've told you these stories, man. My last YouTube channel had, it got banned. I told you about, this girl, Venus. She used to, literally, her husband bought her 2 cars and an apartment, And she used to tell him, honey, could you drive me to this apartment complex? And that was mine. And I was fucking drinking, and girls were the last thing on my mind. Then next day she messages me with some WeChat location saying, I was outside your apartment. I'm like, okay, I was drunk. And, she made her husband drive her to my place. This is what it's about, being a man. It's not about serving your wife. It's about brutally taking what another man is supposed to own. That's what I love about all this. God, it's not that they're housemaids or that they're rich girls or, blah, blah, blah. I take okay, Emperor Sir, what does an emperor do? He doesn't just become an emperor by default. I mean, unless it's in the lineage or unless it's passed down, or he has to fight for it. What did Genghis Khan do? He struck deep into enemy territory. He took their women, he killed the men, he enslaved the men, but he did it. You strike deep at the core of who he is. Like I'm kind of, like I toy with Ben Bird. Ben Bird is like this. Hey, Ben, go dance. Dance, boy. What? And he'd dance. Then I'd drive him out. And he'd go. I control him like that. I literally do. And he knows it, and he hates it, but he can't help it. Because he's into all kinds of, gay shit. And I'm the sexiest person on the planet. Literally more than Shawn Michaels. But Shawn Michaels, I like him. Cowboy, good old cowboy from Texas, and I like him. And he's still in good shape and all that, and yeah. So that's what I like about all this, man. The girls thing. Many girls think, or many men think, it's like men like to chase a woman. Then once they get the woman, that's not... For me, if I talk to a girl, this is what, guys, I keep telling you, y'all don't believe, or maybe you do, but she is already mine, or I would not be talking to her. So getting the girl has never really... yeah, you got her, but so what? She was always yours, because I'm the sexiest person on the planet. I'm handsome, charming, intelligent. I got a 9.2 incher that I'm hiding so I don't get banned. Ben, hey, Ben, hey, the guns! This guy is he's hilarious, He's got triple chin. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing, man. Ben Bird, the guy's so pathetic. A nobody messages, replies to one of his threads, or one of mine actually, and he's blocked me, and because that's, and that guy's a fat faggot, some loser, because they hang together. Oh, thanks, bro. It's so gay, man. It's so gay. You gays and faggots truly hang together. But, yeah. So what I really like about all this is it's the fight, it's the war. You take another man's woman, you're striking deep at who he is. You're exposing him for the cock that he is. I've never had any man take my woman. You can try, but I'll rip your throat out, but... it's not about that. The main reason it happened is because these women are themselves into me. Like, you can't force a girl, right? Some idiots try, but I don't force a girl. I get in her mind and I stay there. And, these women remember me, and so they can't help it. They're looking at their phone, and, Then finally they'll, oh, let's send one text, and then they're mine. I just manipulate them, you know. So I like that. I like that mental, the psychological thing. Taking what's another man's, I love that. That's war. Uh, you know, it applies to business too. Somebody's got a customer, fucking poach it. Beg, borrow, steal. Do what it takes. Hell, people say this in business. Beg, borrow, steal. Business. I mean, that job. I was at. So that's life, man. You can either whine about it being unfair or you can win. Uh, but we'll end this one off by talking. I wanted to do a little bit about digital IDs, like England is doing digital IDs now. Guys, I don't know why y'all don't. I mean, people act like it's no big deal. Oh, the government, they're so nice. They're trying to help us. They're trying to fuck you up the ass. Digital ID and central bank currencies and all this other garbage came to China first in 2017, and I told y'all I felt something was up. Laws suddenly got a lot more restrictive. Foreigners, were being targeted, blah, blah, blah. All these things were happening, and I felt it. And they, post a certain pandemic, implemented a digital ID, which in China today, without that ID, I don't know how strict it is now, but I do actually. Look, China has always had a central ID for all its people, right? And it's all computerized. Everything is all in the database, and they have the most advanced AI in the world. Like, there could be 1 million people in front of you. That motherfucking AI camera can scan their faces and match it up against potential troublemakers or whatever. They have multiple lists. China is very well documented on, and Russia, not so much on the AI thing, but Russia doesn't need it. Russia just sends its criminals to Ukraine. Russia's the best, man. Russia's like, you cause problems in Russia, go to Ukraine. Bang! You either live or die. Putin's a simple man. I love it. But, so Russia doesn't give a shit, plus AI in Siberia, what are they gonna notice, right? It's all a bunch of fucking snow. And oil doesn't need AI, so the Russians don't need it, but their technology is very advanced, though. Their army, we all know that. But China, yeah, so the digital ID came out in China first, and that was originally a central ID for everybody. But then during COVID, they had green codes, red codes. You had to scan it, and you couldn't get on the fucking subway without that. Not just that ID, but because people always had the ID, but you were required to then show it at the subway station. Then you had to scan it. So it's a whole bunch of Basically, they can track you down to the letter. So a digital ID essentially means, and in China they haven't done it on their own social media, but they've banned YouTube. All that is all banned in China, so you have to use VPNs and all that. But social, their own social media, they haven't done that. You can still get on Weibo and stuff, but it's all very heavily monitored. But essentially the goal is something like this. I'm sitting here like this, hubby, porn star, but to even post that video, my phone is going to require a digital ID, something, code, fingerprint, barcode, some bullshit, and this is coming everywhere. People don't understand it, but it is. The next step is chips in your brain, literally. Now, people think, the government cannot be so grotesque and all this. I'm not saying they're going to crack your skull open like Hannibal. No, they'll do it in a civilized manner. But, they'll do it. Digital ID, and it's coming to a place like England, is essentially a way to control your stupid ass, monitor your purchases, If they don't like you bought Habib Pornstar's fitness book, the central currency or whatever, I mean, I'm sure England has its own, they can simply press a button on a keyboard and bang, you can't buy it. They don't like your political opinion, bang, you can't ride the bus, you can't ride the subway, because it's all centrally linked to a database. I mean, people don't understand this. When I tell people this, they're like, oh, that'll never happen. Dude, how fucking stupid can you be? Orwellian states, I mean, that this thing has been going on right in front of you. They know exactly what you're doing. And this used to be only in China, but even countries like, you go to India, they have some, of course, India is so gay, nothing ever, the computers never work, so, they can have all the computers in the world, but they never work. So fucking, but, countries like Europe and stuff, it's coming everywhere, And these central currencies, man, I would never own any because, digital currencies and all that, because that's like saying you're providing receipts to the government, because central bank currencies are not crypto, right? It's basically, like the government prints cash, right? But you can't really track cash. How do you track cash? Yeah, you can put, chips in that cash, but that's very expensive. But that central currency replaces that cash. So basically everything is scanned and, oh yeah, it's so convenient, the government will tell you. But the downside to that is they can track you, they can monitor you, and they can stop you from buying things. If they, they can do what the fuck they like. You're theirs. This is coming everywhere, I mean, I keep talking about being a nomad, a digital nomad, this and that, my own freedom. There's a reason, man. I was never one to be addicted to the slave lifestyle, and, because that's what's happening. If you're just stuck, and the middle class is worse off again here, because the poor will at least fight, okay, against all this. They're going to break the laws. Those niggers don't care. They'll go to jail, Jose doesn't care. Jose won't get a digital ID. Fuck off. You go to Jose's house and you tell him to get a digital ID. Jose will pull out a penknife and say, this is my motherfucker. And you go to a rich person's house, I mean, they're not going to get it either, because number one, they can pay off the government, and number two, they can travel to countries where, where it's not there everywhere as of yet. And plus, digital IDs, the interesting thing is, like in China, you have, an Alibaba and stuff, so-called social credit scores. Basically what that is in China, and I'm telling you from experience, that, Chinese people are classified into potential troublemakers. Everyone's a potential troublemaker in China, right? Every Chinese citizen, Chinese national, and foreigners too, yeah, but foreigners are not put in that database because you have to be Chinese. You have to have that Chinese ID or whatever it is, hookah or whatever the hell it is, the residence permit, and so they classify people into potential troublemaker, actual troublemaker, and they have their own things. But the foreigners don't have that. So the foreigners don't have any social credit score. So they're still tracked, though. Foreigners are still tracked through their entry exits and, all that. But it's not so restrictive. So as a foreigner, I mean, they still had to get, special cards. We still had to get, those cards with red and green codes and, but it's not as restrictive. So, you can live in China, then you can go to another country, but you can only do all of that if you have a nomad lifestyle. You're not a gay middle-class buffoon that buys a house and thinks, this is my dream. That house has no value. Simple. I mean, Nobody's buying houses. Can you point me to one person that's buying houses? I mean, everybody with money is either putting it in oil, in Dubai, or Bitcoin, or, nobody's fucking buying houses. I mean, it's gay bullshit. And, yeah, that's what it is. See, that's if. And the British people, I mean, first of all, they're letting foreigners completely, not just Britain, Germany. It's gotten to the point where in Germany, I saw this video and it wasn't fake, wasn't AI. This immigrant, he walks up to a white girl or something and he says, I need sex. What the fuck? So she's walking in the park and she says, leave me alone. And he walks up to her and he says, but it's my need. I need it. And he keeps saying that. I mean, and then they say, some other guy says, we're going to call the police, this, that. He's like, do it. I'll fight for my freedom. And these are the people Europe and Kamala Harris in the US was trying to welcome into countries. Last but not least, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, man. If you're an American citizen, and if you're, and I'm not going to reveal the 3 passports I hold, no, thank you, I'm not going to open myself up to attack, but if you're an American citizen and you're still supporting Kamala Harris after all the good President Trump has done, admittedly, yeah, he can't control everything, he can't control Russia and Israel, but other than that, then you're just a traitor, man. I'm not going to say you need to be shot in the head, although it would, but you need to be sent to Guantanamo Bay. They should build 10,000 Guantanamo Bays for, liberals like you. I mean, this woman literally sold the country down the road. And, you're still standing there saying Trump is a bad guy. Trump's not a bad guy. I mean, Kamala Harris is a fucking whore off of the streets. We all know it. I mean, and what did she do? I mean, I'm not, she could be a whore, but at least she should be a productive whore, right? I doubt Kamala even sucked dick well, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I mean, it's fine, if she wants to be, feminist or whatever, but at least, she opened the borders, she let everyone come in, because they need help. I mean, but what do they do for the country? Nothing. They raped the country. I mean, that's what they were doing. So if you're that, then you need to be sent out. And, yeah, I believe I covered everything in my rant. I can't stop laughing at Ben, man, because yesterday when I was, when I did that TikTok video and I said I had an appointment, well, that was it. And so later we were talking about, these women literally tell me how pathetic their husbands are, and I can't stop laughing, man. I can't, because, I mean, and then, she's seen, Fat Ben sitting there like Buddha, and, and then she's the one that called him a daku. Well, she's not the one. That was another one. Yeah, that was another one. There's so many, man. 502, I done forgot. I mean, I can't even remember. But, yeah. She, and then we laughed about, I mean, he's a great source of amusement. Ben Bird is the best source. I mean, he's unintended comic relief. And I think I might elevate him sometime from the position of slave to court jester. I mean, guy is a fucking joke, man. Literally a joke. So gay. So gay. But that's the world we live in. Be more gay, Ben, and I'll just take your woman. Goodbye. Ta-da. And I'll see y'all later.